what's going on, guys? And AC here, back with a EWT announcement. There's been some transaction that has transpired in week 3 of the EWT, and I was one of the coaches that actually did a transaction. As you can see, like up above, we did make some two of our team members are gonna be gone. But before we get into that, make sure to leave a like down below to let you guys to show your support for the Ron and Reggies in this season of the EWT, as well as to make sure to check out all of EWT content, not just my match but my opponent's match, every other coach's match as well. All the links will be down below. Make sure to show your support there. But for today, we're gonna do a quick little recap of what happened for the end of week. Actually, it was the end of week 2. We actually managed to snag some of the transaction before week 3, so these will be taking effect in the next match that you guys see, as well as for the rest of the season we have one transaction left, and we have until the end of week 4 to make that transaction. So, or one more free agent pick, and if we want to with another coach, but I highly doubt that there's anybody out there that really wants my squad, so it's okay. Not that worried about it. So first of all, let's talk about the Tapu Bulu pick. During the draft, I did panic in trying to pick a grass type, and I thought that maybe with the amount of ground weaknesses that we had during that time, I think was a little overrushed for me, and it did hinder my number 1 pick, which was the Landorus T. So the Tapu Bulu, in my mind, fit very perfectly with the grassy terrain. It let my Metagross set up or not be afraid of the EQ, as well as it was a free switch into an Earthquake. But with the grassy terrain, it does hinder everyone else's, including my own like Earthquake. So I would pretty much have to not run Landorus while running Tapu Bulu, or if I do, I will have to wait 5 turns for that. So that makes it a little more difficult on my end for the team prep and for the match wise. So I definitely say that the Tapu Bulu pick was a little out of me feeling kind of rushed, you can say, but it's just me not really being prepared and not really thinking things through, as well as it gave us another poison weakness that we later on with that with that weakness we kind of overindulge ourselves with with the resistances for that. So the Tapu Bulu pick, even though he's a really good wall breaker, he's really good, he can be AV, he can be special defense, he could be offensive. It did not work with my playstyle, plus the fairy stab wasn't really much there in the first place, so we decided to drop him off. That gave us 160 points back. That means that any other months that we did want to get rid of or want to scoop up, we can actually bump up or grab another 160 month. But during that time, there was no 160 months that we really wanted. As well as we dropped a wrong screen. We also did drop off our Hitmonchan. That is our rapid spinner. My mindset coming into this was for the fighting type, we don't really want another fighting type. We didn't want a fighting type. We did had our eyes on Hitmonlee, but me talking over with my wife, it didn't really seem very smart for us to pick up Hitmonlee, because it's a better Hitmonchan, yes, 100% way better than him, but I just didn't really find it like I wanted to use it. It wasn't calling out to me. So and plus it would be me going down, I think it was 40 points, so that means I would have to get a 120 mon or less. But the only grass types that were in 120, I think, was Celebi and Shaman, and those two, I don't know, I have used I have used the Shaman before. Wasn't really calling out my name. It's a really good mon, 100%. It's super good, but I just don't care for it as much. And for the Celebi, it gave me another stealth rocket, but it gave me another it gave me a 4 times weakness to bug, especially it being another it being a Piximon. I didn't really see much use in that in my own eyes. And me looking forward, and then I also thought that these traits would be applied for week 4, not for week 3. So I was thinking week 4 and beyond. Looked at all the other teams as well and see what they had and see what would be really helpful. So with that, we ended up just dropping the Hitmonchan, and we were kind of like scouring out for a good or decent grass type that one can eat up like AQs, or 2 was a rapid spinner, or look for another rapid spinner that made more sense for the team that was in week 2. That wasn't actually week 2 ground, or didn't really get hindered as much with the rocks being up, because it's like me saying I want a rapid spinner but still pick up Cragonal, which is week 2 rocks, but he does get the rapid spin, so why not? But I didn't want to do that. So since we had 200 points to spare for 2 months, so we scouted out, and we found out that there was 2 months that we actually like really didn't want, and one was we actually didn't have any defensive options in this team. We just had a lot of pressure in the offensive type. So for Tapu Bulu, we looked at all the grass types, and the one that we ended up going with was actually Dhelmise. One month that I never actually got to do. It does get a triple stab because of its ability Steel Worker. It has a Ghost, Grass, and a Steel type. We are no longer weak to Bug. With this, we do have like the normal weaknesses of Grass besides Bug. But now we do get that weakness to Dark. So we have another month that is weak to Dark, but we do cover our butts. We do get the Rapid Spin as well, so now we have a Rapid Spinner. We have Good Stab with we have the Shadow Claw, I believe, also the Phantom Force, but I highly doubt I'm ever gonna use that. We do get EQ with this thing, and the Anchor Shot. What was it? There we go. It was the Power Whip. 131 in my attack is actually better than 130 with the Tapu Bulu. It does have 100 in defense, so that's not even bad at all. Special defense not that great, but it's fine. We now have a good switching for any Trick Room teams. Now we have a good defensive option that's a pretty decent a spinner. Plus with the Anchor Shot, we can actually make our opponents stay in as well, so that's always helpful. And to kind of mitigate our weakness to Dark, we decided to bring out our own Dark type, which is one of the months that I never actually got to play with before, so I'm really excited to try this out and be that guy with the Umbreon pick. In Umbreon, now we have our special defensive wall, or a defensive wall as well. So with Dhelmise and the Umbreon, we have a pretty decent core right there, pretty decent defensive core right there that I think will actually be really helpful. And Umbreon can be really annoying, or I can just anything that wants to try to set up on the physical side always can get hit with the foul play. So those two are my two scoop ups. They're both at the tier 100 range, so that fit perfectly with the plan, as well as because the Tapu Bulu was our sea captain in the team, that and the Pinsir, we now got 160 points to use as the sea captain, kind of. So we ended up giving, since no matter what we give the Sea Crystal to, we will always have 40 left. So we made a border one, since he's at tier 40. So now we got to pick any of our tier 100s and 120s now are able to be a sea captain as well. And we thought about it, and I prefer Metagross to not have it. I like my Metagross to always have a defensive item, either the leftovers or a offensive item, like the choice band or like the like AV. That's just how I play. So I'm also not the best in like in the battlefield way. So that's also how it was kind of like my mindset. But there was one that I really wanted to give this to, and that now starts to become a real threat, and that would be our boy Kiram. Now we have two things in this league that are super scary. Kiram Black with the Sea Crystal and regular Kiram with the Sea Crystal. Because I think it's Free Shock that we got. We don't get Free Shock, but we still get like the like Ice Beam. We got Flash Cannon. We get the Focus Blast. We get the Dragon Z. We get Z Hail. So I have some plans for the Kiram. So hopefully in the future we will be able to make do with what we can. So these are the changes for the Ron and Regis. I hope you guys enjoyed this small video, and I hope to see you guys on week 3, where we actually are going to maybe use to one of these mons or both of these mons in the next the battle. I don't know. I haven't had like the battle yet. So hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.